A lovely winter in the Balkans. Or is it? My Tom noticed a mouse activity. Will I catch Jerry, Steve, and the rest of the family? So I can safely release my rainbow budgies into the aviary. Watch until the end. And just to say, I hate this little Jerry so much. No matter the weather, be it snow, storms, or rain, I visit my birds in the aviary every single day. Even on vacation, someone must step in to ensure their daily care. Almost every morning, Tom keeps me company. Don't worry, his house has floor heating, which has been especially comforting during the past few days at -10 degrees Celsius. He spends most of his time sleeping, only venturing outside briefly to enjoy his meals. You can hear the budgies chirping, probably because their food is empty by now and they get excited when they see me. Chucho always comes to say hi, and I keep the lights on during the day until 10 p.m. to give them more time to eat, especially since the sunset is around 4 p.m. Not only do I have budgies in the aviary, but also in my room. My rainbow budgies, and one albino that I got as a gift, as well as my hand-fed ones. As time passed, having so many budgies in this already tiny space became challenging. I realized I need to move some of the rainbow budgies to the aviary. It's better for them and honestly better for me too. Less cleaning. But what is about to happen next? I think I'll need to wait. This time, Tom was acting strangely, something unusual, like he had spotted a mouse. I had to let him inside while the budgies stayed safely closed in. Right away he spotted a hole I hadn't noticed earlier. Or is it a hole? I've never had this gap between the doors and bricks. Something feels strange. Maybe it really is a mouse. But also, he saw birds inside. Good job, Tom. I need to test this theory in the morning. It's getting very late. If it turns out to be a mouse that got inside, then I'll have a huge problem for my birds and for keeping them in this aviary in the future. The snow is still falling and it's expected to be freezing cold overnight. Last spring, I found a mouse in front of the aviary doors. I caught it using my 3D printed mouse trap and safely released it into the wild. Or at least, I hope it's doing fine. He is fine, probably. But now, I'm afraid a mouse might have gotten inside or under the aviary. When I built this aviary from metal plates, I ensured there was no way a mouse could get in, as these little creatures are small and can easily pass through the fence. But if they've managed to get inside, that's a problem. The next morning was incredibly cold. I can't even describe how cold it was. While filming, My fingers froze. It was -7 degrees Celsius, that's 20 degrees Fahrenheit, but it felt more like -10 degrees Celsius. Everything seemed frozen in time. You're probably wondering, are the budgies alive inside the aviary? And what about the potential pest problems? This shredded linoleum, I thought it was from the female budgies searching for a nest. A tiny mouse, or maybe several, had been tunneling under the floor in the styrofoam insulation. I only clean the aviary like this once a week. It's just too cold for any deep cleaning methods. And now comes the part straight out of my nightmares about keeping budgies outside. There's only one way I can see to fix my pest problem. Okay, now let's find a more humane way to handle this situation, as always. This bucket trap should be a safe option for handling the mouse problem, and I just 3D printed it. It's supposed to fill with water for efficiency, but that feels way too cruel. I can't handle it that way. This is my daughter's unfinished chocolate cone. Perfect for the bait. And a rock on top of my second mouse trap. You wouldn't believe how smart these little mice are. At least there were no changes the next day in front of the door. Now I realize I'm dealing with a Top Gun, James Bond kind of mouse. Time to print a new version of the mousetrap. If this doesn't work, I don't really have any other plan to remove them safely. By the looks of it, I don't think this will outsmart the little mouse. There's no way it can hold him inside. But it'll be interesting to test it out. This time we'll have a camera inside. All the snow disappeared in just 2 days, thanks to warm southern winds and temperatures above 13 degrees Celsius. That's the Balkans in a nutshell. If I don't catch him, he'll probably end up dying from my unhealthy bait choices. I'll definitely need to replace the floor with concrete. At least I'll finally know how many mice I'm hosting inside. Only 5 minutes after I turned off the lights in the aviary, a little mouse, let's call him Jerry, started sniffing around. Then a second one appeared. This is catastrophic. When I think about it, I created the perfect environment for a mouse. I built plywood walls, but there's a gap between them and the metal sheeting, perfect for hosting a mouse colony. Speaking of a colony, I have 3 mice inside. Great, just great! And so far, not a single one is interested in my trap. Until Jerry, the smart one. And he finally figured out how to open the door. I hate you, Jerry. But Steve, on the other hand, is the dumb one. He walked right into my first trap, which has proven to work great. But the bucket trap was a huge fail. But I must admit, Steve is the cutest in the family. I will release him into the wild. Let nature be the judge. As I said, he is a dumb one. I had no choice but to design my own mouse trap, thanks to the Jerry, fixing the flaws of previous designs. On the very first night, the old trap caught one again, but I realized I still had 3 mice inside. Who knows how many there really are? My new trap worked perfectly. He didn't even bother digging through the entrance. But wait, that means there's something more interesting underneath. What could it be? And finally, Jerry, you sneaky little son of a gun, I caught you. But is this Jerry? Wait, it's not. By morning, thanks to Jerry's intel and instructions, his buddies finally found a way out. But how? And Otto, poor Otto, terrified of the wild new world awaiting him. But he'll be fine. After all, he's a mouse. Jerry, you want war? You'll get one. Finally, everything is going smoothly. The second one is inside. Now we have only Jerry to catch. Just Jerry left. We got him! Finally, my mouse problem is solved. Who's smart now, little Jerry? And he escaped. And to show how dumb I am and how smart he is, he's just playing with my trap. But I must admit, he is the most intelligent mouse of his kind, and I respect that. But he is not alone. There are more of his buddies. 2 caught, 2 escaped. I'm done with playing games. I need to get to the bottom of this. Catching them one by one won't solve the problem. I need to find the nest. If there's a nest, there will be more mice. Meaning I probably never truly solved last year's mouse issue. I fill all the tunnels step by step until I find the nest. All the walls need to be checked, everything. But now there are only clues about where they've been moving. Thanks to Jerry, I'm finally moving the floor out. Then I noticed a mouse running through the tunnels toward the doors. This looks like the main avenue for mice moving across the aviary. I focused the whole time on the wrong side of the aviary. It never occurred to me that they were right next to the door. And I found it, a nest. But and I will place them next to the aviary, so Mama can pick them up. It's not over. I found the source of the problem, and it's the entrance. This is where they've probably been entering all year, and now back to the beginning. When I was building the aviary, one thing was missing, a doorstep. I only placed 10 centimeters of styrofoam, thinking they wouldn't dare to dig through, but they did. After sealing all the holes they made and ensuring there are no mice inside, I'm finally doing what I should have done 2 years ago, making a mice-proof doorstep. A steel plate and concrete will prevent entry, and hopefully Jerry and his family won't return uninvited. While I feel sad for the mice family, it was a choice between their safe home or my birds. Wild mice are known to carry diseases, parasites, and bacteria that can harm birds, including budgies. They can transmit illnesses like salmonella and hantavirus, and also carry ticks and fleas, which could infest the aviary and stress the bird. But is it finally over? No mice? Can my rainbow budgies finally enter safely into the aviary and join the others? My aviary is completely clean from future mice intrusion, and budgies are safe to keep in the aviary. Or is it?